If you want to see me unbox the brand new Elizabeth Arden Holiday Blockbuster set for 2020, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and yes, we are going to go into this beautiful holiday blockbuster set from Elizabeth Arden today. I did get the set last year, and we'll be taking a look at what they decided to do this year, and I'm pretty excited. And you can get this set for $88 Canadian if you buy $58 worth of Elizabeth Arden products. And I thought I would show you at least one item that I have in my collection that is typical Elizabeth Arden. So the packaging is quite nice. And in this case, it is a powder that I have purchased. And I don't mind their packaging at all, and some of their lipstick packaging is quite luxe as well if you are into that kind of a thing. And they're also known for their ceramide capsules as well. If you were wondering where those kind of are from, it's usually from the Elizabeth Arden brand. But for now, we're going to get into this, and I do want to mention as well at the end, I'm going to go through this little bag. If you are shopping at Shoppers Drug Mart, there is an additional little bag that comes, it's a 7-piece gift set, mostly skincare, and this is mostly makeup, so it kind of goes together. And I'll go over that one at the end. But the primary focus here is this gift box, and it's very cute. And it also shows the contents if you want to go in store and take a close look at the contents before purchasing it. They usually have a display and at least this picture that you can take a look at. Okay, so I'm going to open up the box. I did unseal it. And it's the typical gift box type opening. And there's a brush right away, that's cool. And I will be comparing this one to any other gift box set, holiday blockbuster box set that I get. So you'll get a comparison across brands as well. So yeah, let me just finish with this one. So at the top of the box, we've got some of these capsules I was telling you about. We have this set of, I think, 30? How many in here? 30 capsules of ceramide Daily Youth Restoring Serum. So the idea with the capsules is that the product stays a lot fresher for you each time you use it. And then 2 smaller sets of, this one is the Retinol Ceramide Capsule, and I think there are 7 in here. 7, yeah. And then this one is, I think for eyes maybe, ceramide capsules, eye serum. Yeah, so there's the retinol, the eye serum, and then the regular ceramide capsules. And these are 7 each. The other one was 30. Okay, and tissue paper. And this is nicely packed. So the pallets are protected by tissue paper, and then they're protected with a piece of tissue paper between each set. So that is really nicely done. Before I get to the palettes, let me just show you what else is in the box. So we have, I showed you a bigger brush, and there's the smaller brush as well. So let's take a look at the brushes. This is the eyeshadow brush. It is pretty fluffy. Last year there was an angled brush, and this is more of a flat shader brush. So, okay, that's interesting to see. And there's the Elizabeth Arden name on it. And then there's this powder brush as well, which is an angled powder brush, which I don't mind at all. And it's got a nice, pretty significant size ferrule, which is really nice for gripping purposes. It's very comfortable. Okay, and now for the palettes. It comes with 3 palettes, and I'm going to guess a colorful one, a neutral one, and some face products. Let's open up the face products first. And there are a few other things after the palettes, but let's just take care of the palettes first. And that is very hard to open. Wow, that was hard to open. Holy cow. You might need a makeup spatula or something to open it up. It has a protector. It has a mirror, full-size mirror for the size of the palette, and then 3 highlighters. So that's nice. A very kind of an icy peachy rose, a antique rose gold, I would say, and then a bronzy gold in the middle. So icy, rosy, and kind of antique gold in the middle. Bronzy gold, maybe. That's nice. How much in here? There is in total 4.3, so 1.1 grams of highlighter product in each pan, which is fine. Highlighters take a long time to use, so I'm not mad at that whatsoever. And then we have the, it says Day Palette. And let's open that. Hopefully it's not as hard as the other one. Oh, no, it's easier to open up. Okay, and a protector as well. And this is definitely a daytime palette. Now it's very light colors. I mean, there's only one deep shade in here. But it does also match quite a bit the face palette options, right? This one, and this one tends to mimic the highlighters that I just showed you. So that's interesting. Now, how much in here? In total, 6.5 grams. So I did a little bit of math, and it's about 0.8 grams per pan. And I like to see at least 1 gram per eyeshadow, but I mean, it is a holiday set. It's not a palette that I'm buying on its own, so I'm not so concerned. And finally, we have a nighttime palette, and this is where I'm thinking we're going to see a lot more of the color. Hopefully, okay, this one is also not too hard to open. It's really the face palette that, really tough to open. Okay, and if you like plummy purples, you will be in love with this one. Take a look at that. So kind of a burgundy color, purpley color, smoky gray, gold. It's definitely a holiday-friendly palette, that's for sure. And I'm so surprised, really, that there's no red in here. Interesting. Yeah, and they look like top down. They pair immediately for a look. So if you're not interested in guessing too much, adjacent colors look like they would go really, really well together. And again, 6.5 grams, which means 0.8 gram per shadow in this one as well. Let's do some side-by-side comparisons here to see how they play together. So this is the neutral and the nighttime. Neutral day and nighttime. And it does look like all of the colors would pretty much work well together. Now the deeper brown may not play well with all the cool colors, but the top 4 in the neutral palette should work well with all the other colors in the other palette. And then let's compare these palettes to the face palette. I think you'll definitely agree with me that there are major similarities between the face palette and the day palette. It's kind of eerie. I mean, it would be really, really hard to make a bad color choice between the two of them. Virtually everything works with the other, but you can see right away patterns of which colors would nicely go with the other palette. Okay, and let's take a look at this face palette with the nighttime palette. I do think the color selection is nicer than the one that we experienced last year. So yeah, there's definitely some good pairings right there. Okay, good. This is good. Now we took a look at the brushes, we took a look at the skincare, we took a look at the eyeshadows and face palettes, but we still have some other makeup happening here. And it is 2 lipsticks and a mascara. Now the mascara I will not use. I will show you the brush. It is a mascara I can't use because it pokes me, and I don't want to get injured. A lot of folks it does not bother, but this brush I end up poking myself in the eye Does it work fine? Yes, I just don't want to risk it. So I'm going to be handing this $30-ish mascara to a friend of mine, and I'm sure she'll be quite happy. And I didn't tell you what mascara it is. It is the Grand Entrance mascara. And then these two lipsticks, if you are curious, they do not overlap the colors in the Lancôme set. That I think is important to know. They are full-size lipsticks. And this one is more of an orangey red, and the Lancôme lipstick is more of a blue red. And that's the one I'm wearing today. So I think you can see the difference. Very much orangey red compared to the blue red. And the name of the brand on the packaging. It is quite luxe. Just show you the Lancôme plastic one. So it is a bit more luxe than the Lancôme. I'm going to do a full comparison, but since I had the Lancôme out, I thought I would show you. And might as well show you the color of the red. Because we can only use so much red lipstick, right? So it's nice to know that it's a different color. I tend to prefer blue reds myself, but with the shirt I'm wearing, I should have probably gone with a more fiery red, so this would probably be the better option for me today. And then what I really like is this one is very different from the nude that was in the Lancôme set. This is a beautiful mauve color. I'm a big fan, and it would go really well with this taupey look that I did with the Lancôme set. Okay, that is it as far as the makeup in the set, but the set always comes with a little box of some sort to put all these goodies in. So let's take a look at that. So the rest of the box is empty. And it seems to open, and there's another compartment underneath. So let's open it up. And if you don't intend to keep this little gem, how nice would this be to hide a Christmas present in, right? It's beautiful. Okay, let's see how it opens. So it has a bit of a handle. So that's good to know. And then a clasp on one side here. Okay, and it's a magnetic clasp. So that's kind of nice. Take this little plastic thing off. And let's take a look inside. Oh, that is cute. Okay, so let's see, does it open completely up? Okay, it does not quite open completely up, but it's a nice size of container. It's really quite pretty. So there we go. That is the little box for the kit, and I'm assuming everything would fit inside. Let's try it out. Okay, so here we go, and there's still some room. So if you're wanting to gift this and get rid of the big box, then that would do really nicely with the bow on top. That's a beautiful little gift. And all of this together was $88. So that's great. And whatever you buy for $58, to be able to get this for $88 would have its own value, of course. Okay, and I am emptying this whole thing because if you know the holiday set unboxings that I do, I check value for what I paid for it to see if it was worth it. So let's take a look at all the products and I will put a value on it. For each one of these eyeshadow palettes, I would give each one of these a $10 value, as well as the face palette. I would have no problem purchasing these for $10 each. So this whole set, this stack of 3, is worth, to me, $30. For this mascara, it works fine. It retails for over $30, I'm quite sure, but I would pay up to $20 for a luxury mascara. So that is $20 worth for me, assuming I could use it. So we're at $50 at this point. And then the brushes. Now the brushes are nothing fancy. They're fine to use. I would probably give this brush a $5 value, and I would probably give this brush a $10 value, based on what it is that I can get for $10. And before you argue with me, let me show you the last thing I bought for $10. I bought this brush for $10 from Quo. Yes, it was on clearance, but it is still a Quo brush, and I got it for $10. So I compare it to what I would pay for it. So I think you can see why I would not pay more than $10 for this brush, because I know I can get some pretty amazing stuff for 10 bucks. So this is 15. So we have $30 for the palettes, $20 for the mascara, and $15 here. So we are at $65. Next, for these lipsticks, I like both colors. I think that they are both, this is my favorite for sure. I love mauve, so I would have no problem paying for a mauve lipstick. It is cheaper packaging than the Elizabeth Arden usual packaging, so I would never pay over $30 for this, which is, I think their lipsticks in the pretty packaging are about $34. I would not pay $34 for this because it's cheap plastic. And I also like this fiery red, so no problem there either. But for these two lipsticks, I would only pay $10 each. So we're at 65 plus 20, we're at $85. Now for these. I am not super familiar with these. I still haven't tried the ones from last year, so you know that I'm going to do an Elizabeth Arden brand new Focus Skincare Edition for sure, because bad me, but I have enough now that I can do months worth of trying out and have a really good idea what I think. I'm going to say, because this is only a month's use, I'm going to say 20 bucks. And I'm not going to give these any value because this is not long enough. It's long enough to know if I have a reaction, a bad reaction to it, but it's not long enough for me to understand whether or not they work. So we had $85 plus $20. We are now at $105. And then there's this cute little thing. And I would definitely pay $10 to get a cute little container like that. So 105 plus 10, 115. So if I consider 115 and I was willing to pay the $88 for the set, then this set is a better value than what I would have paid for these items individually. So for me, this gift set was definitely worth it. And I still haven't counted that little pink pouch that I showed you at the very beginning. So 115 compared to what I paid, which was 88, I think is really great value. And when I discount the prices, I'm not poo-pooing Elizabeth Arden makeup. I'm just saying for a couple of reasons. One of them is we don't get to pick what is in the set, right? Like this mascara, I can't use. And I have a ton of neutrals for palettes. It's not a need. This is just kind of a nice thing to be able to use more of the brand. So because you don't get to choose what's in the set, there's a certain discount factor compared to being able to pick and choose exactly what you want to put in your cart, if that makes sense, right? Now, this came with the purchase. So let's take a look at what is in this 7-piece gift set. So of course there's the bag. And in the bag, there's a set of goodies. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Nope, okay. So let's take a look at what's in here. Lots of paper and things. And some information on the Prévage stuff included here. There's a paper that looks like it's sealed somehow. Okay, just an ingredient list for everything that's included. That's good. I always appreciate having an ingredient list. All right, let's take a look. So there's a perfume sample for the My Fifth Avenue. I think there was a perfume sample last year too. So that is that. I didn't get a gift set like this last year. It's just, I remember getting a sample of that perfume. And then there are some ceramide capsules similar to this. So this was 30. I think this is probably another 10. 14. So this is another 14 days, so 2 more weeks compared to just the 30. So I have a month and a half now of these ceramide capsules. And this is a night cream, the Prévage night cream. And there's 15 ml in here. And then there is a 15 ml of the 8-hour cream skin protectant. It doesn't look like it has any SPF in it, but it says skin protectant, 8-hour cream. And so this one is night and this one must be day. And then a couple of serums here. There's the Superstart Skin Renewal Booster. And then the Anti-Aging Daily Serum. And these are each, I think, 5. This one's 5, and this one's 5 as well. So 5 ml in each of these. So if I were to give a value to all of this, I would say that this is a sample, but I did say that I would give those ceramide capsules value. These two at 15 mils, I consider these samples and these samples. So this is something that I would expect to get from the Shoppers Drug Mart sample events. I'll give you a view of that video that I did where I got 20 samples in a bag. So I would not say that this is something that I would necessarily pay for. And by what I can see, there's only about this much product. The rest of it is empty. I can tell with the ring light, it stops right here. So don't let the size of the containers fool you. It's a lot less product than it might look like. And really, this is probably a sample that I would get, the same size sample. So I'm not inclined to pay anything for it. I think that that's a stretch. So am I happy that I got 6 items in this bag, including this bag, so a total of 7 items? Sure. I don't think that I would give a whole lot of value to this. I'm happy that I get to try samples, but samples at Shoppers Drug Mart, you can get 3 samples every time you make a purchase, and same thing at Sephora, you can get at least 2 samples, and usually a some sort of a bonus if you buy $25, $35, or $45 in purchasing. I consider this and this and this the same kind of an idea. So the only thing that I think that I would pay for would be a pouch like this, and I think that $5 is reasonable. So with the value of the set, in my opinion, that was $115, and I would pay maybe $5 for this, the total value of what I came away with, a $120 value for everything I showed you on camera today. Again, it is not poo-pooing Elizabeth Arden products, right? I don't get to choose the colors. I don't get to choose the product. I'm giving you a value because it is not necessarily what I would have gone to the Elizabeth Arden counter and purchased myself. Okay, so hopefully that's clear. And I hope that when you're evaluating a holiday Blockbuster set, you ask yourself, well, would I really have picked that up? Would I really have purchased that product for the retail value they are listing? Because if it's not the exact color that you would want, why would you buy a lipstick for 34 bucks? It has to be the one, right? And when it's in a holiday set, you don't get to pick what you put into it. If you did, then I absolutely agree with the value they state on the box. Otherwise, you have to decide if it's worth it for you, right? And with that, I'm going to stop my rambling and say, I'm happy with this set. I definitely got more value than what I paid for it, which is the whole point. And I look forward to doing a whole set of swatches of all these products for you in the next Elizabeth Arden video. For now, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every single time, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And with that said, take care.